Hello everyone, it's been a while. Week 5 at Nathbet. Of course, the international break scuppered our plans to get more profit, but that means we've had plenty of time to analyse the best bets of the week. And I tell you what, it's been pretty difficult. We've got a lot to get through this week because we have got some more betting for you at the end. I'll say a little bit about it now. We are starting as of week 1, as of tonight, as of the start of another football season, but of course across the pond, the NFL season. We're going to be giving you a little treble each week, just as a bit of a tempter. Sunday night, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, Sky Sports, showing all the games on Red Zone. You'll be able to catch them all, your bets, to be able to see if they're coming in. And we're going to give you a little bit of a treble each week. This isn't something that we've just decided last minute. This is something we've been planning for the last couple of years, and with the results we've been working on. And this isn't something that we've done a little bit of research here and there and come up with some bets. I mean, I've been betting on American sports, both baseball, which you have seen at Nathbet, and you've seen the results I've produced, and also American football for the last 7 to 8 years consistently with big profits. So we're not going to go full tilt, we're not going to go crazy, we're not going to offer you doubles, trebles and fourfolds in the NFL, but we are going to offer you each week, each game week of course, not too many of them, 12 to 13. We might look at playoffs later on, but at the moment, regular season games, we're going to give you just a treble, a handicap treble, just to keep you going. It's going to be around about 7 to 1 each week, but it's a nice little kicker towards the end, of course, when football is over, and something to look forward to. But first and foremost, we are all about football, of course, English football, soccer, as we like to call it. That's our main source of profit, as it's proved in the first 4 weeks. Nicely up, nicely in the black, and let's continue that winning way. First of all, with the safe double, Chelsea against Everton. Chelsea travelling to Everton had an absolute stinker, haven't they? I mean, let's not beat about the bush. They have had an absolute shocker of a start under Jose Mourinho, and it's got to stop somewhere, and I think it will stop when they travel to Everton. Of course, Roberto Martinez has done a decent job at Everton, but they are susceptible, especially to pace. Now, I just think that at some point they've got to get their act together, and I think at Goodison Park that's what they'll do. Big price, even money for them to do that, with the likes of Costa and Pedro, and you can name it back to front, couldn't you? I mean, they are full of quality, and I do think that they will do that here. And at a price at even money, then when they would really be more like 8 to 13 or something along those lines if they'd started well, we're going to take them at even money. Double them up with the form side of the Premier League. That is Manchester City. They go to Palace. Palace no pushovers these days. They've got a very good manager and a very good squad. However, 8 to 13, I still think it's a decent enough price for Manchester City train to keep on rolling along. So Chelsea and Manchester City, evens in 8 to 13, gives us a 2.25 to 1 double. Okay, my bet of the weekend is in the treble. Short-ish price, but not as short as you can't touch it. Middlesbrough against MK Dons. Middlesbrough, very good this season. Of course, that slip up against Bristol City, but I don't think they'll have too many more of them. And MK Dons have done really well to get into this league, but I think that Middlesbrough rested and not too many players on international duty as well over the week. I think a 3 to 5, we're going to take them as a shoo-in to start off the treble. What also should be a shoo-in is Gillingham, who are flying high in League One against probably one of the worst sides in the division and probably one of the worst sides in the Football League against Blackpool. 8 to 13, 4 to 7-ish about Gillingham to win at home. No handicaps, just Gillingham straight up against Blackpool. Middlesbrough, Gillingham, and the last one, Queen's Park Rangers to beat Nottingham Forest. Of course, Queen's Park Rangers holding on to their main 2 players on transfer deadline day. Both Matty Phillips and Charlie Austin. Very surprising. Plenty of clubs interested in them, but no one could pull the plug. So that obviously is Queen's Park Rangers' gain. And I think that, from Queen's Park Rangers being a mid-table side, I think that they now will be looking towards the playoffs and potentially better off. Nottingham Forest, they entertain. No pushovers again whatsoever. However, they've been weakened with the loss of Antonio to West Ham. And I think that they don't travel particularly well also. So Queen's Park Rangers 9 to 10. I expect Chris Hughton's men to do the business. They've had some really good results both home and away this season. And even money's good enough for me. Middlesbrough, Gillingham, Queen's Park Rangers, all the 3 home sides. 4.7 to 1 treble there. on to the fourfold. Sheffield United, favourites to go up out of League One, and I see no reason why they shouldn't do. They should have gone up last year, really, and just some poor decisions, and that obviously led to the sacking of Mr. Clough, and 20-21 against the Bury side, who don't travel well. Haven't won on the road this season. I think that's good enough for me. So Sheffield United at home to beat Bury. Charlton I've seen a couple of times this season have impressed me. Rotherham struggle, not as bad as last season. They have a little bit better. They made a couple of useful signings, but even money Charlton at the Valley, I like them to do the business. Portsmouth, 15,500, 16,000 fans in League One. It's just a remarkable effort against the Barnet side, who are struggling big time, second to bottom of that league, and 7-10 about Portsmouth to win, and we like a bit of that. Finished that off with Sean Dyche's Burnley against Sheffield Wednesday, who, I think are a lot weaker compared to last season. No one really wanted to play them last season, a bit of a bogey side, but especially at Burnley, even money, I think we're going to take them. So Sheffield United, Charlton, Portsmouth and Burnley gives us a 16-1 fourfold, to make sure you get those bets on. Now it is the start of the NFL season, and I said there's going to be plenty of great prices about. Of course, the New England Patriots start tonight against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we're going to be concentrating on the Sunday games in the majority, because obviously this broadcast goes out on Thursday night normally. So we will be looking on the Sunday games. We're going to concentrate on them. I'm not going to go too much into the stats, too much into the players, because we haven't got a long time. And obviously your time is precious. But I'm going to say we're going to be betting, obviously, for the treble. This week, we're going to be betting on the Saints at the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Drew Brees, the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, he's lost plenty of key figures over the offseason. Not to mention, of course, Jimmy Graham, his tight end / wide receiver. He's going to have a hard time filling that void, and with the likes of Marcus Colston getting older, Brandon Cooks is going to be heavily relied on, and their running game isn't the best. And obviously, the Arizona Cardinals are very close to coming up into the playoffs last season. They fell away, but their defense is a very good defense, or defense. It depends the way you want to look at it, really. But I think under 48 points in this game is the bet that I'm going to be taking. That's at 10-11. In fact, all the handicap bets that we're going to be giving you are 10-11. So Cardinals and the Saints under 48 points is our first bet of our NFL treble. The second one, the Dolphins travel to the Redskins. It is Ryan Tannehill against Kirk Cousins. Thank God RG3 isn't there, because they are absolutely dreadful. Now, I think they'll be a better side collectively, Washington, this year. However, the Miami Dolphins, and especially Ryan Tannehill, is a sleeper for me this season. Both the team and the quarterback, I think they'll have a lot better season. They're -3.5 on the handicap. Back the Dolphins to go to the Redskins and put on a bit of a show on Sunday. Notoriously tight the first couple of games of the season. His team is trying to work themselves out, trying to get into a mould, but I think they'll win by a touchdown in this game. And 3.5 points, which means -3.5, which means they need to win by 4 points or more to get the job done. We're going to back them. So the Miami Dolphins -3.5 against the Washington Redskins. And the same, the Panthers at the Jags. Now, the Jags, plenty of you in the UK have seen the Jaguars this season, or previous seasons, so to speak. And, of course, you will see them this season as well, because they do give up a home game. And, unfortunately, for the viewing public, they are the worst team in the NFL. And they could quite easily be the worst team in the NFL this season. Again, I'm sure they'll probably have a couple of teams, such as the Oakland Raiders, contending with them for that spot. You expect them to improve slightly, but at the same time, they should be overmatched against Cam Newton's Panthers. Plenty of weapons, and they should go to Jacksonville and get the job done, especially against Blake Bortles. Okay, yes, he is coming out his rookie campaign, and he should be improving, but Cam Newton, again, a breakout candidate, and has got all the talent in the world, doesn't really show it consistently, but I think they should get the job done against Jacksonville. So -3, the Panthers against the Jags. We're going to take them. Remember, all those bets, 10-11. So under 48, Cards, Saints. -3.5, the Dolphins at the Redskins. And -3, the Panthers at the Jags. Nice little filler, of course, at the end of the weekend. Of course, we do concentrate mainly on the football bets, on the English football bets, but this is a nice little starter, and we will make profit, I guarantee you that, throughout the week. And for a treble, a 7-1 treble, if you've got to spare £5 at the end of the week, then I definitely think that's worth a punt. Okay, lots to take on board. I'm going to let you go. Have your dinner, have a bath, get to bed, whatever you want to do. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. We are back with plenty of sport, and I'm back, and I'm glad to see all of you. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.